Hello, Ozzy here. Today we're going to be doing a tour of my personal Minecraft world. So let's take a look. So this is a single player world. It's playing on peaceful. And there's only two cheats that I've done in this entire game. And one of them was to get the Elytra, and the other is a command block, which I'll show you later. So over here, this is where I started. And one of the things I really like to do is to make player detectors. So this is my starter base, and it's completely hidden by this waterfall. Now, in a second here, it's going to shut off. My player detector works on range. So, as long as I'm in my base, the waterfall that hides it stays off. But if I leave for a little bit, the waterfall will eventually come back on and hide the base. And there it goes. So this is kind of my starter workshop. It has all the basic things that you usually need. You got storage, tools, and lots of storage. Back here we got our smelters, super smelters, the works. We'll be going back there later. We got some stairs going down, another portal, and back here we got even more storage, and if we keep going back, we got our stables. Now somehow I got a couple villagers in there. I don't know how that happened, but that's where they're going to stay for now. So if we head on over back here, we're going to head back to our map room. Now this is all the area that I've explored. And if we go right nice and close in the middle, that little green dot is where we are. So it kind of gives you an idea how far I've been exploring. So now, look back here, that goes to the below the village, and that goes to the actual village itself. But I want to give you guys a bit of an overview of the area where we are. So one of the first things I built was a tower that kind of comes out of the top of my base. And the tower works really well as kind of a landmark for navigation early game, because you can see it from a lot of places long before you'll ever get a map. So this is kind of an overview of the area. That there's my trading hall. We're going to go take a look at that later. Back there is an island that I've built up. And then back here is my village. Now this is a great spot for a lot of resources. And that thing there is my sorting system. So we're going to be looking at all of that. And then we just got more area that I have room to explore. Or build up, I should say. So let's head on back down. And we're going to look down in our basement. So down here I have a bunch of farms. Down here on level 1. We got a lot of basic farms. All of them are fully automatic. We got sugarcane. And I've got some pumpkins going on over here. And then back here I have a kelp farm. It's kind of all sealed off. You can't really see a whole lot of it. But it all gets fed into the smoker down here. We got wheat going on, we got sheep shearing going on, we got more kelp. That doesn't work very well. We got some sweet berries and some chickens. Farm that's all automatic. And if we head on down to the next level, we have our melon farm. Nothing too big. And we have our chicken farm. This is where the output comes. Everything's automatically sorted. And back here we got a cactus farm. It's all automatic. It all gets fed right into there. Most of my crop farms I just do those manually. It's easier. Now this is an overly complicated flower farm. I have a system back here where melons get turned into bone meal, and then they get turned into flowers. It's all 100% in automatic. And then over here we got our bamboo farm. Back here, this is a cobblestone farm or a smooth stone farm. We use self-touch. It's used so I don't have to have a big quarry somewhere. And then downstairs, I haven't built it up as much. We have another even bigger flower farm. And then we have some room for some more farms. This is the bottom of the cactus farm. So anyway, let's head on back up. Oh yeah, this over here is my bedroom. Nothing too fancy. So where I want to go now is I want to show you over to the trading hall. So this is the entrance to the trading hall. There's a rail system where I can send supplies into here. But this is an awesome little spot where I can get any kind of book that I need to upgrade armor and things. We got more villagers over here. There's lots of room for more villagers in here. So this is my little elevator. We head on up. On the next level, we have some farmers. This is where I can get a lot of emeralds from. We got more farmers over on the other side. I think I have about 2 spots where I can fit some extra farmers in there. I also have a small sorting system back here, so these are all things that I can sell to get emeralds. So yeah, I have room for a couple more farmers. But now let's head on up to the top. I actually built this entire building with the idea of eventually getting an elytra. And so in doing that, I left a lot of open areas where you can fly in and fly out. This is kind of like a decorative portal looking thing that I kind of had a story for. I'm standing on a daylight sensor, so there's actually a couple lava streams that get activated. So we're gonna head on back over to the village. I want to show you guys that. Ow. Sorry, I'm not very good at flying. So over here we got our first bee farm, and then we have an automatic bee farm. This is the back door of my underground base. The waterfall shuts off automatically. But yeah, this thing here is part of our automatic bee farm. This here is our chicken farm. It's actually the breeder part of it. This produces the eggs for the chicken farm. Then over here we have our sweet berry farm. We got some foxes in there. And honestly, this thing is super hard to keep up with. It constantly pumps out sweet berries. So I can either turn those into bone meal or sell them for emeralds. Back there we got a tree farm. And then back here we have another sugarcane farm. Again, all automatic. And then over here we have a cobblestone generator. It's powered by a honey block TNT duplicator, and that's my sorting system up there. This building over here is where I abduct villagers. And this is the middle of my village, the town square, which is circular. So most of the villagers here, they're all organized into different rooms based on their trades. And when I get time, I go and I build another house and more villagers appear. So over here, I'm not going to turn it on, but I have an underground door where I occasionally push iron golems into it. And then I get iron. So this thing here is more crops. This building has 3 levels. I got potatoes, carrots, and wheat going on in there. And yeah. This is the back door to my base. Again, with a player detector, it shuts off whenever I'm nearby it. So what I have down here is kind of a maintenance tunnel. So I have a rail system where I can send supplies from my starter base over to the village. So if I have stuff that I've produced in the farms, I can sell it to the villagers. And it all gets loaded up into a chest up there where I can easily access it. This tunnel down here is kind of a collection area. Some of the other farms that are in buildings, they all get funneled. All the items and things get funneled down into here. And they all get collected by hopper minecarts. And then down at the very end of this tunnel, the hopper minecarts get unloaded into a bunch of hoppers. And then they get pushed up a bubble elevator. So occasionally when the hopper minecart gets full enough, it diverts over here. And then it gets thrown up into that tube over there. So now let's go back up top. So this thing that you see up in the sky here, this is my sorting system. This is the new one. Unfortunately, there's no way to get to it, so I'm gonna have to fly up there. So up on the top of this, I actually had an automatic cobblestone generator, but I didn't build it right, and it kept blowing itself up, so I don't use it very much anymore. So down here I have a massive storing system with lots and lots of storage. Everything comes up that bubble column, and then up into the ceiling there, and then gets sorted into all these chests. So everything is completely automatic. A lot of the farms, everything ends up here. There's lots of places I can duck out. Some pretty awesome views actually of the area. So now I want to head over to that island, but I want to show you something I did underwater first. So back before I got my elytra, I built these little modules underwater, and there's a dolphin in there. And they allow for really fast travel. Actually, I think it's even faster than having an elytra. So yeah, this is my island. It's mostly decorative, but I was planning on building kind of a secondary base here. So this is where I get abducted. That water comes on whenever I come near it. So this is kind of a little workshop that I use to build most of these flying ships. I have a cobblestone generator, I have a few basic supplies, some basic tools. And the second water column activates. Now I can go up to the main ship. And I haven't built a whole lot in here yet. I have lots of space for lots of ideas. I need something to put in this room. I haven't figured out what I want to put in there yet. But I do have some basic farms. I have water breathing enabled. That was a 0-tick farm. I have some kelp going on. And I have a couple of stairways for some areas where I can build a few more things later on. This is kind of a little hatch where I can go down to another one of the ships that you saw floating around there. Oh my gosh, I cannot get in here today. But yeah, this is kind of what I was going for. the new nether trees work great for alien-looking trees. And yeah, we got another little room down here. I haven't quite figured out what I want to put in it yet. That slime block there is retractable. I can actually go all the way down to the ground with it safely. So, one other little feature that I've added up here, and I moved the switch. If you've ever seen the movie Independence Day, you might get an idea what I'm going for here. So we're going to go outside, and we're going to take a look at what just happened. Spent quite a bit of time on the redstone for this. So a lot of this area was built mainly as a decorative thing. And I should point out too that a lot of it was built before I finished the end. So there was a lot of scaffolding going on. I had to work with a lot of danger of falling to my death. So there was digging, there was building in the sky, and a lot of holding down the shift key so I don't fall off. If I could speed this up, I would, but the lava, when it hits the bottom, I have a huge network of redstone underneath there. When it gets to the bottom, it'll look just fantastic. And it's even better too, because I think right now the sun's going down, so the lighting will be just right. So see those little round pods everywhere? Each one of those has a player detector in it, by the way. So if you get within 32 blocks of one of them, there's a little light that'll come up on top. So yeah, there's pretty much this entire base is one massive player detector. So there we go, the sun's almost down, it's getting darker. So when this hits, the redstone should just kick in. Had a lot of fun building this, and I really like the way that it turned out. So I've used a bunch of stained glass to give a kind of a fog effect, and we're going to go down and take a closer look at that in a minute. So any second now, there it goes. So yeah, it's almost like it's cracking open the ground, and it's hard to get it all in the camera. But let's go down and take a look. Even at the bottom of this water tunnel, I have a little light underneath that lights up. So yeah, there's where it hit. And I've kind of gone with the whole cracked earth kind of look. So these are those player detector pods I was telling you about. So each one of them will light up whenever you get close to it. So that one hasn't activated. Oh, that one's activated. And then that one should activate any second now. So yeah, that's my alien island. So there's one more thing I want to show you guys. And it's the only other thing that I've actually used a cheat on this world with. So I built this little shack over on the shore. Whoa! I don't know how I did that, but I like it. Yeah, it's kind of the trading hall, and that's where I was. So yeah, I have this little shack, and inside, this is how I get slime blocks. When I activate this, we get a wandering trader, and sometimes he sells slime blocks, or slime balls, sometimes he sells gunpowder, and that's how I get it. And then he just kind of disappears. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's That was my one and only other cheat that I've put in this world. I made a fast way to get over here, but I didn't really make a fast way to get back, so I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my world. I'll probably still be working on it every once in a while when I get time, but I'm really liking the way it's turned out, and I hope you like it too. Anyway, I'm Ozzy, and thanks for watching.